Pass Around the Smile is like your go-to friend, the one that lifts you up and backs you till the end. She's there to guide and inspire, challenge and teach, and remind you that your best self isn't out of reach. Self-development, manifestation, self-love and more, it's time to trust the process more than ever before. Welcome to Pass Around the Smile, the podcast. I'm your host, Cleo Massey, and I am so glad you're here. Let the magic begin. Hello and welcome back to the Pass Around the Smile podcast. As always, I'm excited for today's episode. I feel like this episode, along with the last two episodes, have been really exciting episodes all about kind of moving forward, manifestation, positivity, letting go, allowing things to happen. And I hope that they're episodes that will have you feeling really inspired and excited and just like open to the possibilities that await you. And I'm kind of still on this train. I'm on the choo-choo train to positivity and it's feeling good, so I'm rolling with it. And this episode is another one that is sure to have you feeling just like really optimistic. And I think it's such a nice time of year to feel optimistic. We're moving into October, like end of year, festive season, good times ahead. In Australia, it's summer. Overseas, I know it's winter, but you've got Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of these exciting things are coming up. So it's a really good time to get clear, get inspired, get excited, so that when you are spending time with family and friends and you're enjoying and you're loving and you're eating and you're drinking and you're laughing, all of your dreams and your desires are effortlessly manifesting in the background. They're happening. And right now, you just get to enjoy life and allow it to happen behind the scenes. So this episode is kind of a piggyback off of the last episode, which was creating room for opportunities. This is in a different way, just chatting about basically manifesting. But there's some really exciting elements. Before we get into the podcast, I want to thank today's sponsor, which is VS Sassoon, in particular, their brand new Unbound Auto Curler, which I have tried a few times now, and I can tell you, it is incredible. I'm not a hair girl, as in I'm not very good at doing my own hair, but I really do like, when I get the time, taking time out for me, self-care, self-love, making myself feel a little special, a little good. It really does make the world of difference to your energy for the day, I think. Anyway, so I've been making a little bit of effort lately to actually put effort into my hair, and this curler has been helping for many reasons. It has all of these different settings. So my hair is very straight naturally, so it's hard for me to hold a curl, but this curler has different settings for the different curl options that you might want. So you might want a loose curl, a curlier curl, a wavy curl. It has all of the options and you just click onto it on the curler. I'm actually going to be posting a reel on my Cleo Massey account with this curler, so you can see in the video how it actually works and how easy it is. And the coolest thing I think about this curler is it is cordless and it goes for 60 minutes without a cord. You can of course use it plugged in as well, but a cordless curler means that you can take it anywhere with you. You can pop it in your handbag, you can do touch-ups, you can take it away traveling. It is just the handiest curler. It's compact, it's cute, it works. So honestly, a great curler. You'll see it on my Instagram soon. Thank you for sponsoring this podcast, and we will get into it now. We have a guest on today's podcast, and that guest is, drumroll, little Indigo. Isn't it, baby girl? I had her with me while I was recording a podcast a few podcasts back, and I got the most lovely messages from a lot of women, and I was like, oh God, I love women. Women are just amazing, especially the women in my community, just so supportive and so beautiful. You guys were like, we love hearing Indigo in the background, like stop apologizing. So it just really made me feel like, yeah, of course I can record a podcast with my daughter here. I'd rather record a podcast with some goo goo gagas in the background than not at all. So here we are, and she's looking up at me smiling at the moment. Aren't you, baby girl? I love you. The community love you too. All right, so as I mentioned before, I'm kind of piggybacking off the last two episodes. We probably could have made them a part 1, 2, and 3 because they're all kind of similar, but they're different. So I got to a point after I had Indy where I just had no choice but to make Pass Around the Smile work as a business. As you all know, Pass Around the Smile started out as a blog. It was never meant to be a business. I was meant to be an actor, and that's all I wanted to do, and that's all I thought I would do. And Pass Around the Smile was a blog to, fulfill me at the time. It was a hobby. I was really enjoying learning about the topics around law of attraction, and that's why I was writing it, to kind of inspire others, yes, but also to really help myself out of this hugely negative place that I was in. My mindset was terrible. I was negative. I wasn't expecting good things. I was not feeling worthy. I was in quite a really bad headspace, and it was no wonder why the law of attraction wasn't working for me back then. It's no wonder why I was meeting block after block after block. But it got to this point where, I needed to start earning money again. And my full-time job now is Pass Around the Smile, which I absolutely love. I'm so grateful for. This is what I just absolutely love doing. I can't believe that, my life went this way, because it's never what I expected for myself. But now I look back and think, thank God that it did. And thank God that I didn't get what I thought I wanted. So just another reminder that you may think that you know everything. You may think you know exactly what path is right for you, but I bet you don't. You might have gotten to the point where you do, like I've gotten to the point now where I do, but for so long I was so sure of myself and what I wanted. And looking back, it was just so off. I was so out of alignment. And because I was so out of alignment with what I wanted, it actually meant that I was out of alignment with my values and beliefs. And when we're out of alignment with our values and beliefs, we're not living life in alignment with our heart and our soul-led purpose, if that makes sense. So if you are feeling out of alignment, it's because you need to check in with yourself and your values and beliefs, and check in. Again, I just said check in twice, but are you speaking words of truth? Are your goals in alignment with your values and things that you really care about? When you are working, is it feeling good? Is it feeling soul-led? Is it feeling passionate? When you are with your friends, the conversations that you are having, how do they feel in your gut? So really checking in with yourself in all aspects of life. How does it make you feel? How are the conversations you're having make you feel? How do your goals make you feel? Are you getting any physical reactions like anxiety? Are you feeling sick in your stomach? Then maybe you need to pivot a little bit. So where are you right now? Are you feeling in flow, or are you feeling blocked? And if you are feeling blocked, it will absolutely, I believe, have to do with not being in alignment, which then leads to, are you living life in accordance with your values and your beliefs? For example, I thought I was living in alignment with my values and beliefs because I was an entertainer and I loved to entertain and I loved acting and I got a great start to my career. So all signs were pointing to, yes, this is in accordance with your values and beliefs, Cleo. You are on the right path. It's just hard right now. And by right now, I mean it was hard for years and years and years and years in a row. But what I didn't realize is I was wanting it for all the wrong reasons. I was wanting this acting career to prove to myself that I could do it. I also wanted to prove to others that I could do it. I wanted to prove to others and myself that I was really good at acting. I wanted to show my family that I could do it. I almost felt like I needed to do it for my family, for my mum and my dad, who used to drive me to set and take me to all these auditions and who put their life on hold for me. But if you are doing something to prove to others or even to prove to yourself just that you can do it, that is not a good enough reason to want something, to manifest this desire. And in my case, the pressure that I was putting on myself wasn't coming from other people. It wasn't coming from mum and dad. It wasn't coming from fans of my acting work or friends. I was putting this pressure on myself, and I would kind of make myself believe that it might be coming from external sources, but check in with yourself. Are you putting pressure on yourself? Are you blaming it on external sources, external people? When you are striving for what you want to feel that good type of pressure that's exciting and fulfilling, but you don't want to feel that bad type of pressure. That yucky type of pressure that doesn't sit well in your tummy, that brings the anxiety, where you're pushing and forcing things. There is a big difference between the two types of pressures. Guys, I just need to interrupt myself. I cannot believe it. Indigo's just sitting here staring at me. Like she's making, you can hear like little noises, but she's hardly ever just happy being. But Kylie Stewart, the psychic that I always talk about, she told me that in Indigo's career in her life, that she can't tell me exactly what she was going to do as a job yet because it doesn't exist. But she said Indy was going to do something that was an extension of Pass Around the Smile. And the way that she's just staring at me right now while I'm recording this podcast is just like, I'm like, are you understanding me? I think she's like feeling off my passionate energy. And honestly, it looks like she's watching me in awe. And I just feel so happy and grateful and kind of amazed that this is happening, because she's kind of at the age where we are constantly, needing to entertain her with different toys, TV shows, anything. But she's literally just sitting there so happy right now. So yay for me getting to record this podcast, and yay for you guys because you're going to get another podcast. But I just wanted to jump in and say that. And it will be interesting for us all to watch Indy unfold in her life. Maybe she will be an extension of Pass Around the Smile. Maybe she won't. There will be no pressure either way, because I am never going to put pressure on her to do anything in her life. Anyway, that's a different story. Let's move on. So yeah, it kind of got to this point where I thought, all right, Luke's back at work. She's now a few months old. I actually just have to make Pass Around the Smile work as a business so I can support my family. And I'm also so determined to do this because this is the life that I want. I love Pass Around the Smile. I'm lucky enough to do what I love as a career. But also, I'm so lucky to have the flexibility where I can work for myself and have a baby. So it just got to this point where I was like, I have no choice but to make this work. And what that came with was this determination that I actually don't know if I've ever had in my life. I have been passionate, yes, but I am now passionate and absolutely determined. And what this determination has done, the energy of determination, has propelled me forward and opened up opportunities that I never could have imagined. And I say never could have imagined because an opportunity I got the other day, which I know this sounds a little but I can't talk about right now. Luke and I said, this opportunity that I got is the stuff that you dream about. Like, it's the stuff where you have a dream and something so cool and out of the blue and wild happens, and then you wake up and it was a dream and you're disappointed that it was a dream. But it happened to me in real life, and I'll get to talk about this soon. I'm so excited to talk about it. But not only did that happen, there was a few different emails that came through, phone calls that came through, opportunities from left, right, and center. After just a few weeks of pure determination and focus and going, I have no choice but to make this work, and I'm making this work because it is right and it feels right. Don't get me wrong, this determination wasn't a pushy determination. I wasn't pushing, I wasn't forcing it. The determination was passion-backed, aligned action. Remember, we want to take aligned action toward our goals. Okay, she's getting a little grizzly now. We'll pause for a sec. So I was gaining momentum in so many areas, and just all of these exciting things were happening. And I thought, I need to understand how I made this all come about so I can tell my Pass Around the Smile community. And I put it down to determination, focus, and of course some spiritual things, which we'll talk about now. But we've got to remember too, my determination and my focus was never backed by a pushy, forced energy. It was determination and focus backed by passion. It felt good, it felt exciting, and it felt aligned. Yes, though, it felt scary at times and it felt uncomfortable. For example, I started making phone calls. I stopped waiting around for people to contact me. I started doing things that scared me. I put myself out there. I chased many opportunities at once because I would kind of come to work, right? And I would have 2 hours until my next breastfeed, or 1 hour before I needed to be with Indy again for another reason. I have these tiny little chunks where I can work now. So when I get to work, I'm like, okay, there is no holding back. I just have to go and put myself out there. It's actually scary and crazy to think if I worked at this pace before Indy was born, where I was working on Pass Around the Smile 5 days a week for however many hours I wanted to or needed to. Oh my gosh, imagine what I would have achieved. But that's looking backwards, and I'm not saying I wish I had done that. Everything has worked out how it has meant to have worked out. But hopefully this is like a little inspiration for you guys maybe that don't have kids. You have so much time on your hands when you don't have kids. Use it wisely. Don't mindlessly scroll. Don't waste your energy worrying about what other people think. Don't stop moving forward just because it's uncomfortable or scary. Like, don't make excuses as to why you're not going to make that phone call or why you're going to wait to send that email. Don't wait to send the email. Don't wait to call that person. There's no one better than you to do it. And all you can get is a no. Like, that's the worst that can happen, is a no. And we know that rejection is just redirection, and rejection gets us further, so much further than if we did nothing in the first place. So with these phone calls and these emails and these pitches that I was calling about and I was sending emails about, I also made sure that I was really proud of them. I didn't strive for perfection though. There's the kind of difference. I think back in the day, what I used to do is strive for perfection. I would wait until everything was so perfect until I did it. But newsflash, nothing is ever perfect. And something that's perfect in your eyes won't be perfect in someone else's eyes. So I hope that inspires you and encourages you to do your best, but your best is enough, and know that your best is enough. However, on the other side of things, you want to be proud of what you're sending out, because if you are not proud of the thing that you are emailing, or if you don't feel proud of yourself for like kind of what you're asking about or what you're pitching yourself for, then your energy is going to be an unsure energy. An energy that people aren't going to trust is full of promise or hope. Everything changed when I started backing myself, and it really does just come back to self-worth. And I've done an episode on it before because it is just so true how important self-worth is. It's really the foundation to building a happy life. When you genuinely feel worthy and deserving of what you are asking for, what you are putting yourself out there for, it will come back. Maybe it won't be that exact opportunity, but then better opportunities will present themselves, which happened to me. I really love that quote, shoot for the moon and you'll end up in the stars. Or no, shoot for the moon and if you miss, you'll end up in the stars. And I love that. And that's what I found myself doing. Instead of just chasing one opportunity, I decided to chase a few opportunities, 7, 8, 9 opportunities in the same realm, because I knew I'll shoot for this one. And then if that doesn't work, I'll end up in all of these other opportunities or areas that feel good as well, that could end up actually being better. And the universe knows which is better. So I'm going to put myself out to all of them, knowing that the best one for me will materialize. That way I'm not so attached to one outcome, saying to the universe, this is the only thing that's right for me, getting in the way of the universe co-creating with me. I'm actually shooting for the moon, but knowing I might get to the moon or I might end up in the stars, and either or is incredible and is okay. So let that be a lesson as well. I think when you are striving for something, you don't just have to strive for the top or for that one thing. Can you send the email or make the phone calls or pitch yourself to a heap of people, or to a heap of businesses, to a heap of opportunities? I think when I look back to, a few years ago, I would decide that I wanted something and I would go for that, and I would wait until the email or the pitch or whatever it is that I was doing was so perfect. And then I would send it, and then I would put everything aside and wait for that one opportunity to come through. No wonder when the rejection came through, it was so harsh, because I had nothing else happening for me at that one time. I was holding on to that being my be all and end all. And I was like, I need this and nothing else. It's the only thing that's right for me. It's the only thing that's good for me. And then if it did happen, okay, amazing. But it probably wasn't very likely to happen, because even as I'm speaking now, it doesn't seem or sound like it's passion-backed, does it? It sounds like I'm forcing it because I want it so bad and it's the only thing that's going to make me happy. Whereas now, what I have seen in the last few weeks, it has really worked, is I've had this idea, and then I've elaborated on that idea, kind of thought of all of the helpful people that I could use, all of the helpful businesses, all of the different opportunities that I could take, and I attached myself to all of them, knowing that they're not all going to stick, because they can't all stick. Like, for example, I was going to email this one company for an opportunity that I really wanted to get with them, work with them. And then that's all I was going to do. Then I was just going to close that door and I was going to manifest that one opportunity with them. And then I thought, what am I doing? There's so many other businesses that could offer me the same thing, and it could be better in ways that I don't know. So I'm actually going to do a pitch to all of them and then see which one lands. 2 of them haven't replied. 1 of them I got a rejection letter, and another one is like kind of talking back and forth with me. So you know what I mean? Like it feels good and it feels exciting now because I've also weaved out the ones that aren't going to work. But if I had just sent the email to just one of them, I would have got the rejection letter actually from the one of them. And then I would have been like, oh, well, it's over. I'm not pursuing that anymore. I'm a failure. That hurts. The rejection hurts. So spread yourself out. You've got all of this beautiful energy to use. Yes, protect it, but protect it in ways where your feelings and your spiritual energy is protected, but share your energy across all of the possibilities that you want for yourself so that you give the universe a chance to actually bring to you what is right for you. Something else I have learned, and it can come across this way as well, sometimes with the law of attraction, with waiting for things to just kind of happen. And I used to do that. I used to do the visualization and, you know, the manifestation practices and kind of just expect that they were going to appear. And sometimes, yes, they did. But that would happen because it was so right for me or because I had put in the previous work for it could happen for many other reasons as well. But another thing I've started to do in this last few weeks where I was just like, I just need to go and see what happens is I've stopped waiting for people to come to me and I've started to go to people. I think there's a few elements behind this that works because it is the energy of I'm coming to you because I want something from you, and that is actually okay because I value myself enough to know that I am going to be helpful to you or a great asset to you, or I am sure that my energy or that my idea or that my help and partnership to you is going to be something incredible and something that you want as well. Again, it really does all come back to self-worth. If you feel worthy and deserving of yourself as a person and of what you are offering, you should not be afraid to make the call, send the emails, to reach out to people. Stop waiting for people to come to you. That also allows us to fall into a little victim mindset when people do not come to us and do not come to us to pick up the pieces. This is your life. This is my life. So I'm going to do and chase what it is that I want, and you should do the same. And trust me, for years and years and years, I didn't do this. It's only in the last few weeks that I'm finding how powerful just going for something is. But it would not be the same amount of powerful if it wasn't passion-backed and if I didn't feel worthy. I'm feeling really good and really passionate about what I'm speaking about, what I'm pitching, what I'm, going to these people and businesses for. That is why it is working. We've got to remember too that if you start doing what I'm chatting about, right, and you start putting yourself out there, you start really craving that momentum and you're doing all the things, and then maybe you don't get that momentum straight away. I want you to remember that every single day you are closer to achieving your goals than the day before. Every day is a step closer because one day you are going to achieve your goals, right? Your manifestations are going to materialize, whether it's exactly what it is that you want or whether it's something better. So every day you are closer. That's just a fact, right? We have to trust that as we are working toward our goals, that we don't always have to be the ones on the ground doing the work. And I know previously I've just been talking about, determination and focus and taking the actionable steps, but I was also talking about a couple of hours here or there because at the moment, that's my reality of the time that I have. So in all of the other hours of the day where I'm spending it with my daughter or I'm out at, whatever I'm doing, I'm not working, many, many hours in the week, I'm not working now. I am choosing to trust that my previous hard work is all effortlessly spilling over and working in the background for me. I'm choosing to trust that my higher powers are figuring out the best way for me. I'm choosing to trust that really exciting things are cooking in the universe and it's just a matter of time before they come to me. It's a much more exciting place to be in when you trust that things are happening effortlessly in the background for you. Why? Because you deserve it. Because you've previously put in the work. And that's how I feel lately. When I am at work, I am at work and I am doing the things. I am pushing myself. Again, I'm not pushing myself in a forceful way or a really uncomfortable way. I'm pushing myself because it feels scary exciting. And I really hope that you guys know the difference that I'm talking about here. I want you to think if someone said to you, look, this is so exciting. You have the job. You have the job, you have the promotion, you have booked the role, you have got this really incredible award, but we just need to work out a few things in the background and then we'll email you with the offer and get everything rolling. Imagine if that was said to you. How would you feel in the interim? You've got it. They've told you you've got it. You've got the role, you've got the job, you've got the promotion, whatever it is, you have been told that you've got it, right? But then they've said that we've just got to work some stuff out. So just hold on for like a week or two. We're really busy, but we'll come to you with the details and with the offer. Try feel into that feeling that you would feel in the interim of that, because that is your reality right now. If you believe you have the job, the promotion, the whatever it is that you want, if you believe that you have it already, you have it. So imagine that someone has told you that you have it, and now sit yourself in that seat of excitement, of anticipation to get that offer, to get the details of this exciting thing that's happening. Treat it as if you are online shopping, for example. Let's say you see these pants you really like, you add to cart, you purchase it, and it says, thank you for your purchase, your item is being shipped. Your item is coming to you, right? You've bought it. How exciting. Same with the universe. What about when you're in your favorite Italian restaurant? You've ordered your pasta and away the waiter goes, and you know that your pasta is coming to you. So let's all try as a community to trust that we can place an order with the universe, and now we just get to sit and be so excited and sure, work toward it, because anything that we want to ask for, we want to be backed with passion, but it's coming. It's coming in that way, or it's coming in another way. It's like you've ordered your favorite pasta at this Italian restaurant, and it could be exactly how you normally order it, or it could be something even better. You might get free garlic bread. Who knows? This is coming up because that really exciting opportunity I told you about before. So basically, I got the email saying this was happening, and this is it, and this is how exciting it is. But we need to come back to you in a few weeks with the details, and for now, you can't tell anyone. And I must admit, a part of me sank back into that mindset of something's going to happen. Something bad's going to happen. It's not going to work out because it hasn't been like properly solidified yet. But then I thought to myself, yes, it has, Cleo. Of course it has, because it's happened already. It's just a matter of time now. And I will block anything from moving forward if I am worried, forcing, wondering, thinking of all the things that could go wrong. What about all the things that could go right? I've just got this incredibly exciting email. Everything is going right. Look at the facts. So even if you haven't got that email yet, if you haven't got the good news yet, who cares? You can create it in your mind. We know how powerful our mindsets are. It's honestly just so exciting. So I think I want to finish this episode with some really powerful mantras. You can either write them down in your journal, you can just listen now while you're walking or driving or about to go to sleep whenever you're listening to this episode. And I want you just to allow these affirmations to sink in as your truth. I'll wrap up the episode now so we can just end on the affirmations. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm seeing your comments, I'm seeing your reviews, and it makes me just want to keep creating these episodes that make you feel really, really good. So thank you for being a part of my community. You'll find all the links in the show notes. Oh, and one thing I do want to really quickly add is you may have seen, you may not have seen, I emailed out and I put on my Instagram a huge 50% discount code off of my 4-week Guide to Happiness course. I did this because I had a few of you message me saying how badly you wanted to start your spiritual journey, your self-development journey, and you wanted to do my course, but you just couldn't afford it right now. I woke up one morning and I was like, I need to make this cheaper so people can do it. So I did a 50% off for 48 hours. I didn't realize how many of you needed this. So many of you used the code and got the course. It made me feel so happy. I'm so excited to hear about your transformations that come after allowing yourself this time to do the course, and good on you for honoring yourself and what you deserve as well. But I must say, I felt really bad because I didn't offer it to my podcast community because it was just something that came to me quickly. So if you have got this far in the episode, you obviously love Pass Around the Smile. I am going to keep the code up for a little while. It's happiness50 in capital letters. It will give you 50% off my 4-week Guide to Happiness course. I'm so proud of this course. I'm not going to blab on about it, but I will put the link in the show notes and you can decide if it's for you or if it's not for you. The code won't last forever, but I'll keep it up for a little bit for you guys. Thank you again so much. Let's end on some really powerful affirmations, and a huge thank you to Via Sassoon for sponsoring this podcast. I am guided by divine energy. I find it easy to stay focused and determined on my path. I feel the universe supporting me as I move forward effortlessly. I trust in the flow of life and stay focused on my purpose. I am constantly attracting signs and coincidences. I know I am guided and I am on the right path. I release distractions and embrace the guidance of my inner wisdom. I know what I need to do. I can easily tune in and listen to my heart. Each day, I focus my energy on what serves my soul's purpose. I am grounded in the present moment. I am capable of making decisions that are right for me. I am worthy of all the love and abundance the universe offers me. I am whole and complete just as I am. I am gaining momentum in all areas of my life. It feels exciting and refreshing. I am so excited to see what the universe is planning for me. Show me how good it gets. I honor my unique gifts and stay strong in knowing that being true to myself is the most powerful thing I can do.